All right, let's start here too. Everything should be ready. Okay, now let's make sure the sound is working fine. Let's start here. Okay, sound is working, so we can commence. Here everything is organized more or less. Maybe aside from this one, and that's it. Okay, so let's start. So yeah, for those that don't know, of course, my name is Hightech, and on these live streams, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market. What do I think about it? Regarding 11 years of my experience, in between the lines, I explain what high-tech meme coin is and why you might be interested. And yeah, so Jesus is king, and let's go. Let's start. So yeah, the title of today's live stream is "Crypto Market Dumps Again." Here Angel Sasima says, let's go. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So, yeah, shortly before I started to live stream, I make a short announcement that anyone who has high-tech ticker in their nickname and is already subscribed to this YouTube channel has a chance to get an airdrop. I'll be doing it every single day, of course, shortly before I go on air. I will be giving you opportunity to get the airdrop of high-tech. Of course, I will not be doing it to everyone because that would be a little bit too much. I will be selecting, certain people, cherry picking a little bit, but I will be doing it every single day, so for a long time to go. So if you stay around, you will get yours. Somebody just called me. Okay. All right. So yeah, what is up? What is going on? Market is dumping again. Bitcoin dominance just shut up like crazy, as you see. And out of a sudden, people are writing me here. Who is this? Okay, let's take care of it later. Anyway, so yeah, Bitcoin dominance went up like crazy, as you see, against my expectations, against what I wanted, and yeah, let's see how it holds. So apparently, this uptrend that is taking place here. Allow me to mark it for you. Yeah, that's more or less this one. It still holds, right? It still holds. Bitcoin dominance will have to break down at some point. I keep saying that, but it's refusing to happen. I know that. I see it, but that's because I know the end of the story. I don't know the in between. I don't know the middle. That one is always very difficult to predict. But yeah, if you go against the wind and up the hill, at some point, and the hill is really really long. At some point, it's only let's say it's actually a given. It's actually given that you will run out of steam. So that's what we are dealing with here. But yeah, nonetheless, quite impressive. It's still spiked up this much. It went above 60% again. Which I mean, this thing, the higher it is, the likelier it is also, the likelier it makes to roll over in a big way. The higher it is, the bigger it is, the higher it is, the harder it will fall. So, and that's one thing to remember. Don't get fooled by Bitcoin maxis that Bitcoin is going to 90 or 95% of dominance. That's pretty much impossible. Well, you will probably never see it. like you will probably never see, I don't know, alien invasion during your lifetime. You will not see Bitcoin dominance going to 90%, as some guys are trying to preach. quote unquote. The situation is quite interesting on this chart because yesterday I saw there is this price compression here against this support, and this trend line. Yesterday I did not show you this trend line. According to my algorithm, we are fighting it, and since we also sit on a very dense and solid zone of support, band of support, even bands of support, it means we are under a price compression event. I mean, at price compression event, under price compression circumstances. And that means that we have to make it or break it. But, since, this zone is so thick, the one beneath us is so thick, and we have just one wimpy trend line, from the ceiling side, I'm betting heavily on breaking out through the ceiling here, on shooting up from here. I'll be very, very surprised if we get another deep dump. Again, I don't see it as anything possible. So I read the price action from today. I read as price action noise and nothing else. Probably the last one before we go higher, because as I tend to say, bulls hate to be ridden. Remember that saying is very important. That means whenever market is too bullish too early, it will get shaken out. So maybe just that happened, that market became a little bit too bullish too early, because October, November are strong narratives. October is the most, statistically speaking, the most bullish month. And look what happened. Look what just happened with it, right? That actually went right. We had only 2 bearish Octobers before, and this one is the third one. I mean, the last one, right? Last month was a third bearish October in the history of crypto, and quite strongly bearish on others and on Bitcoin, right? So so that is why the market needs to shake out, to keep doing those shakeouts, to make people doubt that they get any results. It must convince the vast majority that the game is over. The game is rigged. The game is over. They must go home. They must leave the bull alone, and then we start trading. And I think it's doing a really good job. I mean, the effect that the damage it just caused is doing the job, because people are bitter. People are really, really bitter. I mean, I've seen on one of my Telegram groups, I've seen people sending some screenshots from other groups, and looks like people are really, really disappointed with what has been going on today. So that's positive. I mean, in this context, that's very positive, right? Because the lower we are, the closer we are to the bottom, of course. Because not the other way around, right? We are definitely not closer to the bottom if we are higher, right? The lower we are, the closer we are. The worse it is, the faster it is to finally get pumps. The faster it happens, and we get our long-awaited altcoin season. So let me quickly take a look at Fear and Greed Index. This one is at 36, so slightly higher than yesterday, but altcoin season index is lower, if I'm correct. Is it lower? I think so. Yeah, yesterday was 29. Today is 26, so significantly lower. And so the sentiment is worsening, so that's good, of course. Sentiment is worsening. SPY so far, the pre-market price I think is higher. So S&P probably will close. Will open. I don't know how it's going to close, but it looks like it's going to open higher. So for now, I mean, if you remember my yesterday's live stream, actually, it wasn't yesterday's. It was a few hours ago. I was laughing at that Clash of Titans, Kramer's prediction and Kiyosaki's prediction, and so far inverse Kiyosaki is winning, inverse Kramer is losing, but it still can satisfy both, right? If we open high and then this descent throughout the trading session, then probably to a certain extent both will be correct. I mean, in that scenario will more or less fit into what one is saying and the other, at least to a small degree, let's say, because Kiyosaki, he always predicts huge crashes. So yeah, we're definitely not going to see any huge crash, but a little of descent, a little of let's say markets reduction will probably satisfy his funds anyway. So we will be opening in 1 hour from now. We'll see. But like I said, don't expect any huge moves down. That's improbable. I mean, look at the sentiment right now. And funny enough, as you see, Bitcoin is not doing the best and is dragging the altcoin market down together with it. S&P so far is doing really well. I mean, SPY, which reflects the sentiment on S&P 500, and it still does not affect Bitcoin in the slightest, right? So that S&P correlation or lack of correlation. Whenever we get correlated, we complain. When we get decorrelated, recent times we have much more reasons to complain because it's just not doing very well. But it is what it is, and at some point we'll get altcoin season anyway. So worry not. All we have to do is wait. I mean, right now the market is so oversold. If you do DCA from here, it'll be probably very fine for the next 6 or 12 months. And by the way, I just watched Alessio Rastani. For those that know me and have listened to what I've been talking about here for quite a while, you guys know I respect Alessio Rastani greatly. I think he's literally the best, let's say, YouTuber / trader on YouTube, besides me, of course. And yeah, I like to hear him out from time to time, even though he trades with Elliott Wave's theory, which I laugh at a little bit. But he has a good sense of it, and on top of that, he's quite a knowledgeable person when it comes to market trading overall, like stock trading, crypto trading. He's been in the business for a while already. He's much older than I am. And yeah, I like to hear him out from time to time. I have watched his material for a long time, and I just like literally recently I've watched it, and to my surprise, he says literally, I mean, maybe not to my satisfaction, let's say, not surprise, because usually, let's say, whatever feeling I have about the market when I watch Alessio, we agree in what we see on the screen. And once more, I watched him after a while, and he apologized for a break. I didn't even know he had a break. That's funny. But yeah, we agree again. So Alessio Rastani says exactly the same what I say, meaning it's highly unlikely Bitcoin topped out, highly unlikely, and probably it will stay bullish for another 6 or maybe even 12 months. So that's exactly what I'm saying. I said that it's like 97, 98%, above 95% probability the bull market on Bitcoin will last until deep 2026. So first half at least, until the end of first half. The altcoin market will finally start its bull market because it has not started its bull market yet. And yeah, with the possibility of all of it extending to the end of 2026, and I even start to think it will last into 2000, well into 2027, when I look at fundamental reasons why it could happen. So, guys, share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so, of course, and follow me on X, because that will give you give you the option to get airdropped, to be given a small airdrop in Hitech, in the only token I promote here, which is this one, the only meme coin I promote here. It's Hitech meme coin. My name is Hitech, so it's I meme coinized myself. Would that be the word? And yeah, I mean, the way I treat it is kind of an indirect stock market of my YouTube channels, because I've got two, as you may know. The English one, which is this one, and Polish one. Polish one is like 10 times bigger than this one. But airdrops I do only on the English one, right? Because I need to help this channel to grow. YouTube is not promoting it, is not really showing it to anybody, so I have to push things a little bit harder here. So yeah, whatever, let's say, income I will get from my YouTube channels, that will be redirected here, right? So that's kind of the deal, kind of the contract, let's say, spoken contract here in between me and my hodlers. So my hodlers can invest here. I can benefit from this market here, which I've not done yet, to be honest, because these dumps were not done by. Okay, I'm back. Currently, okay, apparently I'm back now. So I had a disconnection, guys. Forgive me that. Very unfortunate. Let me quickly confirm if everything is fine. Okay. Apparently I'm back now. Yeah, now I'm fully back. Sorry guys for that. And yeah, so let me continue what I've been talking about previously. What the connection is going here. Oh, it's very poor. Okay, it's almost non-existent. So okay, allow me to wrap it up. I mean, what I wanted to say. Allow me to wrap it up right here, because yeah, no, it's coming back. Okay, now it's okay, it's back. So maybe not. Maybe I can continue. Yeah, yeah. So apparently, after all, I can continue because the speed is coming back. Yeah, now I'm at 68 frame rates per second. That's even too much. Okay, so let's continue. I was just about to end it here, but apparently it's not necessary. And so yeah, so I was saying that even though I have like 99.5%, even more, 99.9% supply of this coin, I was still buying it up here whenever somebody was trying to dump. Why? Because it serves me zero if there is no liquidity here, if there is no a dynamic market here. I cannot really benefit from it anyhow. So that's why, for those that do not know. But um, but yeah, but if you give me a follow on X, then you will stumble upon a post like this one here, and once in a while you'll get a small airdrop, right? not too big because I respect my hodlers. I don't want you to be dumping the price because even though for now, let's see, 1, 2, 3, how many people have dumped? Not that many since I started airdrops. 1, 2, 3, 4 people, right, out of like 20. So that's actually a good ratio, let's say. A good because most decide to actually keep it, so that's cool. That's really cool, and decide to form the part of the community, and that's what I want to, the effect I want to obtain with it. I want to just create larger community because it was struggling to grow, and I mean with previous ways. So yeah, that's cool. If you want to be eligible, of course, as it's written here, you must put ticker, high-tech ticker, in your nickname, and be subscribed to this channel. Drop me your YouTube handle in the comment together with your crypto address, of course, on Solana, because otherwise, how will I send you the airdrop? Otherwise, it will be just impossible. But anyway, coming back to the chat here, finally. So yeah, as you see, we are getting squeezed with this downtrending line and this support here, heavily squeezed, and that is why there is a mounting pressure here that will have to find a way out, and it either finds a way out through the floor or through the ceiling. But as you see, it has much easier to make it through the ceiling, right? Because to make it through the floor, it has to penetrate all of this thick zone of support. So that is why it's much easier to bet on it to actually make it through here, which, in my opinion, we're about to witness probably this week. Yeah, this week. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm like 99.9% sure we will see it this week, and it will go like this. That does not mean that does not mean it will happen for certain. Nothing is certain here. That's just my opinion. I've been wrong in the past, but I've been also very right in the past. So take that. take that into account, right? And so yeah. Anything else I wanted to discuss? But yeah, crypto bubble so far, it's not looking very good. One of the best trades I have is on ICP. This one is doing fairly well today. Showing this interval time frame here. Fairly well, as here was my entry. So now it's at plus 22% in profit, quite good. I wonder how my Trump trade is doing, because I know I still have open a trade on Trump coin. Let's see. It's doing quite well then. It's bounced. Yeah, here was my entry, plus 26%, not so bad. So yeah, here and there, I have very few trades that are in profit. On the GB, if I traded it, I would be in profit, but I don't. Let me even show you how this one would look. GB. I missed B. But this one would look like this if I were to, yeah, it's here. Here the entry. So that will be plus 23% as well. Something in the vicinity of what I've got on ICP. So yeah, even though majority of the crypto market, of the altcoin market, is dumping, you can find some gems that are doing pretty well. And that's always the case. Always something is gonna pump. Guys, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget about that part. It's very important. It's crucial. And yeah, like I said, follow me on X and participate in the fun. In this fun, whenever I'm just about to go live, I will be posting posts like this one, letting you know what you have to do in order to be eligible for high-tech airdrop. But I, I'm an honest guy, so let me tell you, I will look into your CA before I airdrop you. If I see you that you have a habit of receiving and dumping, then I will definitely not send to you. So if you're that kind of individual, then I mean, I don't want to, fool anybody. So I'm saying it straight here. You will probably not receive any airdrop from me. If I see that you hold some coins, you get coins and you hold them, you have a habit of holding them, then that's very likely I will airdrop you. But if not, if you just receive and dump, then probably not, because I don't want to apply. I don't want any more red here. I'm responsible for this project here, right? I'm the only one running it, so and it's my job is to this one here do as good as it's humanly possible. So I'm telling you, so you don't waste your time, to save it for yourself, and I don't know, maybe do something more productive. But those, like I said, if generally you have a hodler mentality, and that is visible on your crypto address, your Solana crypto address, then go ahead, because your chances of getting airdropped are sky high. Okay, well, that's I want to comment about here. I'm pissed. I'm pissed that I've got disconnected for so long. Like it was like 4 minutes. I got disconnected on this live stream. I hate when it happens. Fortunately, it does not happen on every single live stream. And remember, I live stream at least a couple of times a day. So today I will live stream at least one more time, maybe even two more times. So if you like this format, I don't know, if you for whatever reason sympathize with my personality, my vibe here, then you probably want to subscribe to this channel, because you'll be getting notifications at least twice a day about me live streaming here. And then you can of course join. You can join and you can, I don't know, ask questions for a change because so far the activity in the live chat here is fairly low, but I believe it's going to change. The more subscribers we get, the more active it will become in the live chat. That's the way it is. On my Polish channel, it was the same at the beginning. Nobody was writing, nobody was talking, and now it's very, very active. So yeah. Okay, let's take a look at what I've got on my timeline, on my X timeline. Well, you know what? Okay, first let's take a look at CoinGlass and what has changed here. Because the liquidation heatmap probably got revamped a little bit. Oh, we still have quite a lot of liquidity beneath the price, so maybe we'll go for it. Maybe we are in the process of going for it, but there's definitely more above the price. But remember, this one can be spoofed. That's why it's so difficult to rely on it. It's actually very unreliable. Liquidation heat maps are very unreliable because they are heavily spoofed. But let's wait for this one. They're a bit slow. It's really slow. You're going to give it to me, or you disconnected again? I hope he did not know. I did not disconnect. But this is slow. Maybe it's not going. Maybe just. Okay, now it gave it to me. Yeah, so on the weekly, as you see, I mean, generally speaking, those different time frames are sometimes vastly contradictory. But we have to pick a side, let's say, which one we are going to respect. And the tradition on this channel is to look at the weekly. A small tradition. So here we are, and this view is showing us there is definitely more liquidity above the price. So yeah, let me count on it actually to recover. It's a greater time frame than the 24 hours, the one that we saw previously prior to this one. And yeah, it's not as evenly laid out anymore. It's quite one-sided where the price should follow, should go. So yeah. Probably people are panicking right now that Bitcoin is going to zero or something like that, and altcoins are going to get decimated, which is not going to happen. Altcoin market will continue to exist, and at some point it will thrive. Uh, I think that time is quite close. We are, it's somewhere around the corner, just waiting to finally show up. But it will, but it will. So yeah, let's take a look at the sheer numbers. How many people got liquidated today? How many people did not listen to me that they should stay away from the futures market? 150 almost 150 million on Ethereum, almost 107 on Bitcoin. So not that bad, to be honest. Could be worse. We've seen much worse than that. Not that bad. Okay, all right. So let's switch over to X. Let's see what we've got here. How the crypto market is interpreting the day of today. That was 2 minutes ago. Breaking strategy buys another 397 Bitcoin for 45.6 million. That's a small buy for them. But yeah, they bought. And I was saying it on my last live stream that whenever Michael Saylor posts about more Bitcoin buying, oftentimes it means a tiny dip. That has been the case today too, as you see. It is kind of funny, but it is what it is. Me, I'm not in Bitcoin now anyway, because as you probably remember, my algorithm has closed my position on Bitcoin because a while ago, yeah, it was here. So yeah, I don't really mind it. It's actually it closed around the same price we are currently at, so zero difference. Hyperliquid deletes all the chains in 24 hours fees, followed by Ajax and Tron. Where is Solana? Solana is on the 4th place. But this is because Solana is cheap, right? Because you can be a leader in fees, but the traffic can be small because your fees are expensive, right? So if it's, let's say, expensive but not expensive enough to stop out people using your chain, then you probably will be quite high in this ranking. Solana is very cheap, so even though the traffic is huge on Solana, it may not stay on the first place, but that's not the goal. That's literally not the goal. President Trump says he wants to make America number one in crypto. Yeah, he has been saying that for quite a while already. Nothing new. Crypto Goose says Max Payne is up for Bitcoin, so he looks at liquidity heat map. Institutional demand has fallen below newly mined Bitcoin for the first time in 7 months. Losing steam or just taking a breather? October was quite heavy for Bitcoin because if we want to believe what Coin Bureau, for example, wrote yesterday or was yesterday or on my previous live stream, I don't remember. They wrote that in October there was $1 billion selling pressure every single day, right? So that's something that is quite impressive to withstand. And Bitcoin is still well above $100,000, so that's an achievement. So that could that could potentially apply a little bit of selling pressure if the miners are selling. Are they selling? Because they miners are not that stupid. They usually whenever they sell. They try to sell in best possible time, and they don't sell at all cost. They learn how to play this game. Update. Fed Governor Waller says he expects another rate cut in December. Yeah, but we already know it will happen. So I don't know why they beat it up all the time. Bitcoin is back below its high from January 2025. In contrast, the Nasdaq and gold are 18% and 42% above their respective January highs. Yeah, but you cannot really compare Bitcoin to any traditional market because Bitcoin outperformed it long ago. Michael Saylor just announced strategy is buying. Okay, with that, but that was 2nd November. Old news. We already know how it played out. They bought. Brian Armstrong says Bitcoin is the best form of money ever created. No, not really, because it's not scalable. It's not really money. I think store of value is the most adequate term for it because it's very expensive to pay with Bitcoin. You cannot really pay with Bitcoin efficiently. New finance video: global debt just topped 100 trillion. Who's it on to, and when does it all break? Yes, I think that's a new channel of Coin Bureau. I think they made like Coin Bureau Finance or something like that. Is that it? Or I don't know, maybe just a finance video on Coin Bureau, on the standard Coin Bureau channel. This one we already know. This one is old. This one is not really crypto related that much. Interesting. Reminder that this is all kept on Coinbase. Okay. So MicroStrategy holds their Bitcoin on Coinbase. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Now maybe I forgot. Maybe I knew it and forgot about it. So if Coinbase goes down, the down goes the MicroStrategy. Actually, strategy. It used to be MicroStrategy. Now it's strategy. Japan's FSA proposes allowing banks to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheets. Yeah, that's big. That's big. But Japanese market is very traditional. It's very, very conservative. So probably most of them will not make use of it at all. They still use fax machines. I mean, when fax machines went out of use in the Western world, like in the early 2000s, I think, and they still use it. So yeah, okay, guys, allow me to wrap it up right here, and share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow my X account there. If you follow the instruction, if you're already subscribed to this channel, you'll be eligible to receive a small airdrop from me in Hightech. And if you have any questions regarding Hightech, of course, don't hesitate to ask them. I'll explain everything. What's my vision of this project, of this meme coin? And yeah, I'll probably live stream sometime later today. I'm pissed that it disconnected me for 4 minutes just in the middle of the live stream, but it is what it is. So yeah, thank you guys for your time, and I'll see you